Yesterday morning, Meta rolled out this firmware update that allowed developer mode users, which I of course am, to finally experience the Navigator show. I haven't watched or read a lot of public feedback about that thing. It kinda went past me, so I knew only what Meta had advertised, which was the slicker interface, more seamless menus navigation, and all sorts of cool upcoming features like, for example, sorting your library with folders. I was disappointed to say the least. It turned out to be absolute dog shit. Let's get into why. Now, if you're a MetaQuest user, you might remember that under this white stripe, we had a taskbar that basically was our main menu, and there was a certain amount of fixed icons, and you could manage icons, add and delete them from there as well. Now, instead of a taskbar that was, by the way, rendered at the same layer as Windows, we get this thing. When we press it, we get a completely separate layer of reality that contains a parody of a taskbar that has only prefixed menu entries. And what if I want, for example, a virtual desktop to appear here? Oh, fuck me, I guess. I cannot do that. Maybe if I enter the options, there will be some kind to add it to a taskbar? No, I guess fuck me, I can't have a virtual desktop here. But why would I want it here in the first place? I would want it somewhere over here, right from the get-go, just as I had it one fucking update ago. Prior to this update, everything was rendered as Windows. Now, this is a thing that doesn't act like a window. I cannot pull it with me, so this menu doesn't travel with me. It just appears wherever the fuck I open it, and it just stays there. It also dims the environment around me, and it can't be turned off. And it sucks balls. Because right now I'm in incredibly well lit room, all right? But usually I'm not. Usually I'm in very dimly lit environments, and this thing just makes them fucking pitch black, completely impossible to navigate. One of the worst things about it is that it allows you to open many different menu entries as windows, but library isn't one of them anymore. You can't just like take it like this and freaking pin it to the wall and make it big and make it bigger. You can't do this to a library anymore. You can't drag a library along with you. You just can't do that anymore. Now, pinning of the app icons in this new library interface was kinda advertised as a taskbar replacement. But why would I want it here if I'm starting from here? Like, why render on two different layers at all if all this new layer does is giving me narcissistic trauma by ignoring everything that I'm trying to do with it? You can't adjust dimming, you can't take it with you, you can't resize it. It's like a prefixed thing that just appears whenever you evoke it. And I'll give it one thing. It looks slick as fuck, all right? The curvature is a nice touch. The icons look way more aesthetically cool, and they have this little depth effect to them when like, yeah, it looks great. And the quick controls look way slicker too. But one thing is looking good, and the other thing is user experience. And the user experience sucks balls. Now, let's examine this panel and let's see what it's all about. We have library, obviously. Library serves like as an entry point of the main menu. Then we have people. we have quick controls, we have notifications, and also for some reason we have our profile, and we have more options button, which is not really in any way related to more options. It just allows you to send yourself to the dying metaverse, basically. By the way, also to close the menu, to close and open the main menu, you have to press meta button one time, but to close and open the window section, you need to tap it 2 times. And tutorial doesn't mention it in any point in time. So this so-called more options button, who the fuck named it anyway? It's useless for 2 reasons. First of all, you can just double tap on the side of your headset and you get similar results. And the second one is really great because I live in Ukraine and I don't even have Horizon Central to visit. Like, it's unavailable in my country. Yeah, by the way, Meta, it's not a good look to treat Ukrainians as a second-class citizens, you know? Not a good look. So, this beautiful fucking UI update removed all the features that I loved about the old version, created this god-awful monstrosity that, yeah, okay, it looks slick, but it feels to use like cheap Apple clone that is worse in every aspect. And now we're getting to the saddest part of this video, because apparently with this new firmware update, Meta absolutely bricked all of our Team Beef games, which is like a third of my entire library. So, when I try to boot, for example, Quake 3 Quest, we can see it's booting, we can hear sounds of the menu, so the game is clearly running. But I can't see shit, only total darkness, like I'm in the middle of a fucking black hole. And yeah, I've tested basically every Team Beef game that I currently have installed. Time to quit this madness. And it pretty much happened to all of them, and it's not only me, my international mates all over the globe reporting the same thing happening to them. And I found one interesting, peculiar incident, namely with Quake 2 Quest. Because when I run Quake 2 Quest, we can clearly see the sounds of the game booting, and now I pressed menu, so the demo has to be on pause. And then I press menu again, and I can see the demo, and I can even 3 degrees of freedom control this demo shotgun. So the game is clearly running, but as soon as I press menu, I can't see shit. So, Team Beef, my guys, I sincerely hope that this little observation of mine helps resolve this issue in some way. Now, I want to address Meta a little, and I don't know a better way to do it than from a dead metaverse, looking at my meta-human avatar in the mirror that looks and acts and animates 10 times worse than its VR chat counterparts, and also lip sync is horribly fucking off. So, Meta, my guys, this Navigator thingy of yours, it doesn't exactly work. I've looked into user feedback after I've experienced it myself, and I'm not alone in this. This is not what people wanted at all. You removed a lot of valuable features and you replaced it with a useless, purposeless garbage. You know, I'm convincing people IRL to buy your headsets, and I heavily advertise your platform because it's still the best one for autonomous VR. And I want to feel pride in the products and ecosystems that I heavily advertise and recommend to people, especially if I'm convincing them to buy a certain kind of gear, a pretty expensive gear, especially for where I live. I want to feel a sense of fulfillment and joy when I recommend a good product. But instead of that, you make me feel shame. You make me ashamed of myself with such updates and such interfaces for what I advertise to people as this cool and fun and really interesting technology. Look, every third party software developer for your platform, including side quests, quest game optimizers, OVR, teams of modders like Team Beef, developers of games that coming out on your platform, everybody is trying their best and creating tools and experiences to make your platform better. You are the only one who actively makes it worth. With each and every update, I see one enshittification after another. People have been talking about what they want from UI for ages. There are a lot of projects for reverting to the interface of Quest 1 or Quest 2. Like, how bad does it have to get for you to come to your senses? So, my point here is it's time to start giving a shit. And it's time to change your ways. Otherwise, eventually, you will go fucking bankrupt. And Tencent will buy you. And then Chinese guys that know what the fuck they are doing will provide users with experiences that users want from them. It's already happening in PC gaming. You still have a enormous potential to be the number one VR gaming platform. Please don't throw that chance in a bin and start fucking listening to your user base. Well, I think that does it. I was Walter the Jester. Oh my god, this looks so shitty with this avatar. I fucking can't. This looks so shitty. I was Walter the Jester. Please don't forget to smash the like button, subscribe to my... Well, why are my hands falling down? What the fuck? Please don't forget to smash the like button, subscribe to my channel, and leave the comments in the comments section for the sake of algorithm gods. Now have yourself a nice day. Jester out.